All right. Oh, that sucks. The stream is completely restarting. Okay. Well, wait for everyone to get back here. I'll message on Discord. Okay. All right, well, let's get back into working on this. I'm like always pressing Control S when I'm programming, so I don't think I lost any progress really. Maybe like one line of code. I'll just have to figure out where I was. Alright, got a couple people coming back in. Welcome back, guys. Sorry about that, I just lost power. Just completely just shut off everything immediately. I don't have like a battery power supply, so... what is this error it's giving me? No way. It corrupted my... Ah. The file I was working on got corrupted. That sucks so bad. So I'm gonna have to rewrite the chunk code now. What did I even have in there? There wasn't a whole lot. It's okay. Alright then. What if you try reloading it? Yeah, no. Alright, let's just delete that class and well, I guess restart. Alright, so chunk. Luckily it was only one class. And that wasn't even a big one, so it's not that big of a deal. Actually, out of everything that we've done today, I'd say this is the thing that I care the least about losing, because it's not some little detail that would cause a bug or something like that. It's a whole class. I mean, I could just have to rewrite it all. Maybe I'll forget little details in it, but I doubt it. No. Okay, so let's create some. So we had this one here. We had a cloning one. So that accepts a chunk. This dot this is equal to new stream. Alright, welcome back. More people are coming in now. Welcome back to the stream. Sorry, I just lost power. No big deal. Okay, and there was one more constructor. It took in a chunk data. Okay. What else is necessary here? We created a basic generate method that didn't take anything. We had the render methods. These are probably the most annoying ones that we're going to have to do. Draw tiles, and this took a sprite batch. It took an asset manager. Actually, I could probably almost just go back on the last stream and just see exactly what I wrote, make sure there's no bugs or anything like that. But it's okay. Map tile, hover tile, and hover X, and hover Y. And this is a void. Okay, I'm just going to quickly implement the getters and setters. So we have a get X method, we have a get Y method, we have a get elements, get tiles, and there's also the public int, or actually we'll make it a float, get pixel X. Okay, and now for the rendering. So for int art is equal to 0. We're not going to do from top to bottom for the tiles like we did last time. There's just no point. For the elements, of course, we're going to do it though, because you need to. Int c is equal to 0. I'm just going to write a quick little to-do list here on my on a post-it, just so I know exactly what I need to implement next. Because there's a few things I might forget about. Okay, so optimize rendering. to render chunks in screen. What was that last thing that I was just thinking of? Oh yeah, load, save chunks to file. C is less than chunk data dot size, C++. Okay, now our first one was hover tile is not equal to null, and C is equal to hover X, and R is equal to hover Y. If Alright, sorry, it's just going to be a little bit boring for a couple minutes while I finish this. Okay, so, and if the tile is null, then we want to render a blank thing here. So set color 0001 batch dot draw. Set manager dot get blank. I'm surprised I remember this much actually. And we'll render it. Oh, we also need to specify the width and height. That I didn't do actually, so there you go. Fix a little bug. And batch dot set color. Okay, that's not too bad. Let's copy this here. Now we need to invert this, so it's equal to chunk data dot size minus 1. If it's greater than or equal to 0, minus minus. This changes to map element. So if hover element dot draw element by ID, don't need this here. This becomes element element. Oops, elements. I think that's all. So this is the hover one. Draws element. Draws at the right coordinate. And there's the ID. Yeah, that's good. And look, all the errors are gone because we implemented everything. So cool. So what were we going to work on last before the power went out? It was the add and remove chunk methods, I think, right? There's still width and height here. Okay, yeah, no, that's fine. Although I should be setting view min tile x is equal to min tile y is equal to max tile x equal to max tile y is equal to 0. Recalculate sizes, yeah, that's all good. Alright, so look good. So we're going to add in the add and remove tile method. So let's do that. So public void add tile. Actually, I'm going to commit this now, just in case. Started work on chunk system. Okay, public void add chunk. So if we're adding a chunk from outside, all we need to do is give it a an x and y. So int x, int y. And it's kind of the same if we're removing a chunk as well, because we need to know the x and y of the chunk in order to remove it. So the remove is easier. So let's just start with that, just to chunk in chunks. If chunk dot get x is equal to Okay, so this is basically looking for the chunk at this x and y coordinate and saving it into an int value for the index. And then all you need to do is do chunks.remove at index to remove. Now there's going to be some other stuff we're probably going to have to do here, so but for now this is good enough. Now the add chunk's a little different. So let's just quickly do a this won't be public, it will be private resort chunks. We'll just call it sort chunks. So after we removed it, we can call sort chunks. Okay, now adding it isn't too bad either. Well, actually, yeah, it's I mean, none of them are really hard to do. I don't know what I was talking about. Anyways, chunk is equal to new chunk. Give it x and y location like that, and basically just do chunks.add chunk like that, and then we sort it. Okay, so the sorting, we're going to use what I forget what it's called. Collections. All right, how did I do this before? Array list, or is it list dot? Okay, let's just go into where I did it here. I did it in the client of Archipelo. I think it was in map. Collections.sort. New. Okay, and I need a comparator. So it would be collections dot it seems like it's imported some other collections than what I've wanted. That's a java.util one. Dot sort chunks, and we're going to have to give it a new comparator. And we don't want to use a generic type, we want to use chunk. Whoops. Okay. All right, I remember how this works now. So we'll do if o1.get y is equal to o2.get y. Then we need to compare the x's, else o1.get y minus o2.get y. I think that's how it is. So it's if hold on a second. these compare things always kind of confuse me. It confuses a lot of people. So it should, I think what it does is it returns 1, like greater than 0 if chunk O1 is higher priority than chunk O2. So just say the y of chunk okay, yeah, let's just think it out for a second. I get my notebook here. So if the y of chunk O1 is just say 5, and the y of chunk O2 is 3. So we want O1 to render first because it's higher up. So basically we need to actually invert this because we want it to be in descending order rather than ascending order. And then here we do return O2.getX. No, O1.getX, because this will be ascending order. Honestly, I think I just might end up doing trial and error for this once we get everything working. It'd just be easier that way, because at least I'm able to. I don't have to think about it too much. But I think that's, pretty sure that's right. Because yes, we want, if O2 is bigger, then this value will be negative. There's some logical things like that that I think it's hard for humans to just compute in their mind. So if 2 is bigger, then it'll return a negative value. So that means that O1 is smaller, according to this. So it will be put before it. Yeah, that makes sense. And then the opposite's true for that. So yeah, I'm pretty confident this is how it should be. Also, when we do this, we should also recalculate the width and height. So we call recalculate sizes. And yeah. So I mean, what else is there to do? Optimize rendering, we don't need to do that now. Load and save, we don't need to do that now. I'm going to try adding in a few chunks to a map. We need to add this in here too. So we'll call this dot add chunk. We'll add one at 1, 0. Add one at -1, 0. And we'll add one at 1, 1. This probably won't work, honestly. Null pointer exception. Alright, right off the bat. Oh, yeah, okay. That's fine. Let's just remove those. So we have a few buttons here that we're not using anymore. I just removed all the constructor code for them, but I never actually removed the variables themselves. So that's no good, but now that's good. Okay, so no errors. Now if we create a new map, this kind of looks awkward now because you removed a lot of things. We'll move that up after, but okay, there's an error at draw chunks. What kind of error is that? Null pointer? Oh, it's saying that tiles is null? Oh yeah, because this, yeah, I had a feeling that I forgot to do that, but I was pretty confident that I didn't forget, but I did. So chunk data dot size. Yeah, I forgot to do the other dimension there for the first one. All right, let's try it again. Hey, look at this. That's a little weird. Okay, so it seems like it's rendering black. So what that means is that it's rendering null tiles. Okay, so it's using the X and Y, which is good. Okay, let's just keep that the same, because I was thinking of changing something else, but let's just keep that the same. So let's print out some expected values here. So map Java. So what are we expecting for the width and height? We should be expecting the width to be 3. Wait, this is actually a bit off. You should be adding 1 and 0, 0. It's going to be 2 though, but it should be 3. I need to change that. The height should be 1. Well, that's what's going to display, but that's wrong. Min tile X. I can almost use a unit test for this. Yeah, let's try that. Okay, yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, it's not going to say the width in chunk size. It's going to say the width in tiles. So that's 2 times, yeah. Min tile X. Yeah, because it's 1 back. Min tile Y. Yeah, that makes sense. Max tile X. That's good. it's a little different actually. -54 is good. Okay, so I need to change some of these values a little bit. So this needs to be +1. This needs to be +1. And this is +1. And so is this. Okay, so if you reload that. Okay, so that's good. This is good. -54 is good. 0, what is that one for? Yeah, that's the minimum Y, that's good. Okay, these things are a little off still. There. Okay, so I'm going to only add one tile, one chunk in, just to see what it looks like. So the chunk at 0, 0, I'm going to add in. Yep, those values look good. Okay, so some stuff is a little off for this, of course. Oh, but look. You can actually render it. That's cool. So there's something off with the way that the tiles are rendering. I mean the different chunks. So let's add one more chunk in. See how that looks. It looks like they're rendering one on top of the other, which shouldn't be happening. I mean, yeah, I really don't get why that's doing that. Because I'm adding in the X value here. Oh. Times that times main editor dot tile size. Aha. So the display is off a little. That's okay. That's not very hard to change, so I'll just do that. I think that's it. It's just inverted like that. It's just the way I called the method before. Okay, so there's some stuff that's a little bit more off still. I don't like the way that I did that fix there. It's not very good. So tile X. Okay, so let's go on to the world renderer here. If I change that around like that, I think that's the fix. I should be using debug mode for this, it'd be much easier. Aha. There it is. trying to be sneaky last time when I was fixing some bugs and I did something stupid. I shouldn't have done that. Okay, there you go. So that works very nicely, actually. Although for some reason I can't drag on the second chunk there, which I don't really get. So let me see why. Oh hey, sorry, I didn't see your message there. I really wish there's a way I could tell when messages are coming. Maybe in Twitch alerts I can do something. Where did I study libgdx? I basically just learned how to use it on my own. Every once in a while I would, you know, check on the GitHub of their thing or the forum, or sometimes on Stack Overflow if there's something I really needed help with. But I mostly just learned it on my own. There's a few good sources though. There's Games from Scratch I used a few times. That helped me when I started out. But I don't know. If you're looking for libgdx tutorials, I have some, if that's what you're wondering. They're on my channel. But yeah, I basically just learned on my own. Okay, so it's setting the tile, but it only sets them one by one for some reason on the other chunks. Let's see what happens if I add in these other two chunks here. See, for some reason I can't even edit these ones here. And this one doesn't even show the display item. Oh, there you go. Yeah, there's some bugs with the bucket fill algorithms. I'll have to fix that. That's going to be a bit of a challenge, actually, bucket filling across different chunks. Shouldn't be too bad, but it's still not nothing. Yeah, these are kind of some bugs I think I might want to just do off stream. So I think I'll end it here, guys, but thank you guys so much for watching. And if you're new, please subscribe. It would help a lot. Also, you guys, if you want to, you can like the live stream. It should be published within a few hours, although I'm going to have to change the title because it's split off into two different streams now because of the my power outage. But yeah, thanks for joining, and I don't know when the next live stream will be, but go on, follow us on Discord. It's actually in the description of the stream. Just join us there, and you'll know for sure in advance when I'm going to be live streaming next. I usually let you guys know at least the day before. Maybe not 24 hours, but maybe like 12 hours in advance. So you can know in advance there, or if you just want to catch the stream, set up the notification bells for like subscribe first, click the notification bell, and you'll get notifications on your devices when I'm streaming. So yeah, I'll see you guys on the next stream. Probably going to be next week, since tomorrow I have some stuff to do and I don't stream on the weekends. So yeah, I'll see you guys then.